Hey, how you guys doing? It's Rodney Yak Savage Hicks here. You see me geared up. I just came back in from doing a little fishing myself, and it's cold. It's about 40 degrees, and I just wanted to show you guys a few things where I got some free time. What I like to use to catch fish, and from my kayak and from shore. So here we go. Big part of my fishing thing. I love flipping. I love punching mats. So I got a few baits here from one of my favorite bait companies that I want to share with you guys. So what I have here, I have Missile Baits Destroyer and Bruiser Blue. It's similar to the Missile Baits D-Bomb, but it has a little bit more appendages hanging off the bottom, but fairly the same size. And here you go, the regular D-Bomb. So very similar. This got a little bit of a crawl appendage, and this has got a curly tail appendages. Both of these baits are really good when you got a 1 ounce weight, tungsten weight, or you can either drop it down if you just want to flip hanging trees, limbs, and brush patterns, or whatever you like to do. But I haven't got out to punch any mats with this one, but I can definitely tell by the way the action is. I tried it out today. The way the action is would be a good bait for that. So look out for this bait from Missile Baits. It's called a Destroyer, and you know you definitely got to go with the D-Bomb because you're dropping D-Bombs on them all day. This color right here is a Tackle Warehouse exclusive. Ox Blood is what it's called. And I have right here the baby model, the baby D-Bomb in Candy Grass. End of the summer, I use this bait all day long, dropping on the river to see trash bomb, 65-pound test braid, and I pulled some of the biggest fish I've pulled out fishing so far. 3, 4, 5, 6 pounders easily. I pitch this thing in the middle of the mats, the heaviest, the nasty stuff. And right here, man, you don't know what side you're gonna pull out because it's amazing bait. It's really durable plastic, very soft. It's lubricated, and they on I guess you would call it they scent. But look out for these if you wanna catch big bass flipping and punching mats. You gotta try the D-Bombs. Also, what I've had here, it's a punch skirt with the 1 ounce lead weight. I got it tied on with a flipping hook. Of course, you're gonna have to use the snail knot on this one. And then I got the D-Bomb tied on there as well. I haven't used these yet, but I can already tell it's going to be a great bait for me. You see, I got everything matched up perfectly. I like to have my colors the same color as my skirt. I like to have a trailer to match that. You can get this from Tackle Warehouse from a company called V&M. It's a little bit more cost-effective lure. It's a lead head, so it's definitely cheaper than a tungsten. I think the color pattern is red river flake. So I'm definitely going to try these out on my kayak trail this summer. Hopefully I could put some bass in the kayak with this guy. Okay, I also like to throw swim baits, all type of body, fat, narrow, any type of swim bait. I love to throw them. Right now, swim baits are very popular in the bass world. These guys are throwing these from fall to spring all the way into the summer. The guys are throwing this all year round. What I have here is a Missile Baits Shockwave. I believe the size is 2.5 and color is California Love. You could throw this on a swimming jig. You could throw it on a weighted hook or a swim hook. I'm still not a swim hook, but a swim bait hook. And or you could throw it on the back of a spinner bait for a trailer. They very versatile. That's how you can swim it. The plastic, like I said, is very durable. Missile baits always have great soft plastic. So if you want to use a swim bait with that boot tail, really subtle action, pick up a Missiles D-Bait Shockwave. Okay, what else I have here I wanted to show you guys. Also, so you come up and your punch bite is finicky, or your crankbait or spinnerbait, whatever lure you're using that day. It's midsummer. It's 90 degrees. You want to slow it down. You want to do a little bit more finesse. I have a worm here that I use that I've been very successful on. It's made by a company called Grande Bass out of California. It's a shaky head worm. I put it on the shaky head weight, the smallest I could get away with. And the action on it's a very, very flimsy worm, very light, and its back tail right here floats, so it allows me to use that shaky head jig to get down there, very subtle, and use this plastic worm right here to catch those bass. It's a green and red flake. If you can see that. But it definitely works. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna show you all the packets of my missile baits. It doesn't matter to me, any bait they make, I'm using it. As you can tell, you want the money, go with the missile baits. When you're out there and you flipping and punching, match, you gotta have a heavy hook. I usually start off with a 4-aught or a 5-aught hook. Tie that off with a 65 pound Power Pro Test braid. I picked these hooks up at Tackle Warehouse. They call Cobra hooks. Pull one out for you. These right here is in 4-aught. Very durable hook, very strong. You see, they got the hook keeper. It got that about a 1/4 of an inch space right there for your snail hook. I mean your snail knot. Sorry about that. And you gotta have a straight shank hook when you flipping. Last summer, when I was getting to a lot more heavy punching flipping, I was going to a trocar hook. It wasn't a string shank, so I wasn't able to tie the snail knot, but what I was able to do was tie a Palomar knot on there, and I got a pretty good hookup ratio and caught a lot of bass that way. But when you're doing this type of punching technique, you really want to go with a snail knot. The reason so is I don't have anything rigged up right now, but when that actually I do. If you can see here, when you got that snail knot on there, and you set that hook, when you got that fish on the end, you see how, in a sense, if you can see that hook is going to pop up in an angle, get the hook and the fish in the side or upper portion of the mouth. You'll hook up about 80% of the time more, I believe, with that knot versus the Palomar knot. Okay, so that's just a little bit on my flipping technique. I use a 7.6 heavy action fast tip rod, a Daiwa Jupiter, and I got that rigged up with a KVD 7-to-1 gear ratio with the 65 pound test Power Pro braid. Okay, so let me move back into like I said, I was just fishing today. I want to show you guys what I was using. The water temperature is probably very low 50s, upper 40s, and you have to slow it down. Bass are grouping up very lethargic and not eating as much, so you have to go to a slower presentation, or you want to go to a more reaction type bait. First bait I like to go to is a spinner bait. The blades just give off a lot of vibration and get off a lot of visibility to those fish that's very finicky. So I just like to slow roll this on the bottom. I got the backup hook right here. Matter of fact, last week I was out throwing this, and with the same conditions, I only caught one bass, but when I caught him on that hook. So I think every spinnerbait I throw, it always have a trailer hook tied onto the back of it for those bass who want to hit your spinnerbait on the short strike. And Also, you gotta have you a jerk bait. This jerk bait right here is a Gary Yamamoto jerk bait. It's a suspending model, fire type of color. So when I throw this, I like to throw this on. I like to throw it on braid. I throw it on the bait cast, but I do have a fluorocarbon leader on about 10-pound test fluorocarbon. And what that allows it to do, the fluorocarbon allows me to get this bait into a lower depth instead of just throwing it on a straight braid. And why I think why bass are so attractive to jerk baits in cold water situations, it's a reaction. It gives a very erotic, darting, slashing presentation when you're using this lure. I like to throw it on very slack line, as much like I could get away with without keeping the action. The thing is, you want to throw it, and when you throw it, you want to throw it in some clear water. So if you got anywhere from where your water clarity is 1 to 5 to 6 feet clarity, you want to throw a jerk bait, and I have trust and confidence in it that you'll snag on all the time. Another reaction lure, you want to have your rattle trap. The noise and the vibration and a tight wobble this crankbait gives off, you're going to catch you some bass when in cold waters. That's because there's nothing in the water like it, and the sound alone is going to draw that bass to your lure. So definitely you want to pick up a lipless crankbait. I have another jerk bait right here. It's a Rapala in clown color. That's a smaller model. You want to downsize, I'll throw this one on a spinning bait rod. 10-pound test braid, 6-pound test fluorocarbon leader. Get that same action, erratic action, throwing on slack line, slashing bait going through the thermocline if you want to look for those suspended bass. And for your more deeper presentations, I could throw a big crankbait out there. Bump it off of rocks, stumps, anything that's submerged. This Strike King KVD 5XD color pattern is Sexy Chad. So yeah, I would say throw one of these out there. But my main bait that I like to use when the water is this cold in these type of conditions, I like to use a jig. Every angler I know always going to have a jig tied onto his rod some point in some time throughout fishing. Any tournament or fishing on a weekend, all our weekend warriors going to use this. It's known, it's just a big bass catcher. You may not get the number of bites that you will get on a crankbait, but you will get those quality bites. That's what's so important about this jig. And this one right here is a River to Sea Danny Bauer jig. It got the internal rattle in it. Instead of a silicone skirt, it has a rubber skirt. That's a little bit more about the rubber skirt. Well, I believe the rubber skirt just gives more action in cold water than a silicone. If you ever have those silicone skirts and you pull it out the water and you want to change your trailer or fix your trailer on the hook, that silicone trailer has a tendency to lay real flat, you know, and I don't like it. That's my preference. The rubber skirt it flares. And if you're moving it, you're popping it, it flares and it consistently gives action. And that's one thing I do like about rubber skirts versus silicone skirts. I think they both have their place. It's definitely an angler's preference, but my preference is I definitely like throwing jigs with rubber skirts, and River to Sea makes nice, very good quality rubber skirts on their jigs. Like I said, this is a River to Sea Danny Bauer edition, and you also have the River to Sea football jig, which I believe they call it the touchdown jig. So I mean, I could go all day, but I don't want to keep you guys up. Video's been kind of long, so please subscribe, leave a comment in the description. You can also check me out on Facebook at Rodney Yak Savage Hicks. I'm also on Twitter, Rodney Hicks, at Yak Savage 85, and also you can catch me on my webpage, SavageLifeBassFishing.com. Check me out. Leave comments. I'm going to be doing some more videos, more reviews over the winter. Let you guys know what I'm getting and what I got, and some more tricks and techniques on how to catch bass. So stay tuned. Thank you. Appreciate it.